As you can tell by now, my style video is more so just start the video first, and then think of the idea later. And so we're doing just that today. I am going to be playing online Knockout Tour in Mario Kart World. See, don't get it twisted. That's the thing. You can't be getting it twisted because I don't play these other Mario Kart games. And I think part of the reason why is because I started in Mario Kart World. I know people haven't really gotten into Mario Kart World because it's on the Switch too, but I don't know. I think now that I've played this game with its really cool mechanics, I just can't see myself going back to another Mario Kart game because they feel like more antiquated. And I feel like Shortcat, one of my favorite YouTubers, has talked about this because it's just hard to go back to a game that is antiquated in a lot of the movements and the mechanics, as I said before. So I actually don't have service right now. So I'm gonna be playing just casual Knockout Tour, except I think what I'll do this time as a challenge is every time I get to any checkpoint, I'm going to stop for 10 seconds. I'll stop for 5 seconds before I continue. I mean, that is bagging, but I'm gonna try to over bag. So I'm actually gonna do 8 to 10 seconds, whatever, like, if I feel like it's getting out of hand, then I'll start going at 8 seconds. But yeah, we're gonna do Heart Rally, mirror mode, 150cc. Yeah, what are we talking about today? My friend and I just had a conversation about becoming a YouTuber, and I told him that one reason why I really want to be a YouTuber is because I would love to like close the gap in a very distant society we're in right now. And what I mean by that is like I would love to create a following to where people can see me at a bar or a restaurant and they can come say hi, you know, and be like, hey, I like your content, you know, I like what you stand for, I like what you post about. Okay, I just waited like a good 8 seconds at the start line. I got a boo and triple green shells, that is not good. At least this way I'll be able to get to 20 coins pretty fast. Wow, I just used my boo and I got triple mushroom. I have triple bananas. This is not good. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it would be nice to, you know, have like a group of people in the world who have seen my content and, you know, maybe resonate with it. Maybe it makes people feel a little bit more, I don't know, happy, more like maybe they found someone who shares the same sentiment as them. And I feel like just not feeling alone is a very good feeling. And yeah, so he was mentioning the fact that that can kind of create like a parasocial dynamic where, you know, the viewer thinks that they are friends with the YouTuber or the streamer, when, you know, in reality, the YouTuber and the streamer doesn't know anything about the person. It's really, it's kind of one-sided, which I think is probably pretty true. I think that's probably pretty accurate. I can't lie to you. But I do think that YouTubers do create like real communities, and like I followed this gym YouTuber for a while. His name is Noel Diesel. Really just salt of the earth guy. At least, you know, from what he posts online. Seems like a really good dude. And I've seen that he does like meet and greets with his fans, and from all accounts, he's just as good of a person in person as he is on the internet. And I think he's created a lot of awareness around gym culture and just not, I mean, he's a huge, it's interesting because he uses steroids, but I think he warns people heavily against it, you know, which I think is a little bit hypocritical because people are going to want to be like you no matter what, and people might take on that same sense of, you know, like, hey, you know what, I'll just sacrifice this life, or I'll sacrifice like 10 years off of my life for, you know, a better physique. And I just, I feel like I'm starting to meet more and more older people who are so happy with their lives and their health and wellness, their family. I mean, and when you do that, you're taking away from not only your own life, but you're taking away from your kids and your grandkids. I feel like that's very selfish, but I guess it is considered a hobby. But yeah, long story short, he yeah he kind of he talks about the bad parts of gym culture, and he especially talks down about peptides. I haven't really done much research on peptides, but they seem pretty terrible from all accounts. I don't know, to be honest. I'm not a scientist. I'm no specialist, but anything like that seems to have like a quick release, quick reward. It's just it's never as good as it seems. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am wrong, but yeah, we'll see what happens when more research starts to come out and more news companies start to cover it, because I do feel like it's not the most mainstream yet. But yeah, back to that whole parasocial thing. I'm sure there would be a lot of times in my life too where I would want to have alone time. But being famous would prevent that. I'm talking like I'm going to be famous. I doubt that that's ever going to happen. But yeah, I guess if I were to be famous, I would want to be famous in like a small pocket of people. Like, I would want to, I don't know, I guess I'd want to have like a select group of people who don't necessarily share the same ideas with me, but maybe want to engage in the same type of conversations that I want to engage in, which is like, like let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's going on in our lives, and what could be going better. What have we learned? Just fun stuff like that. I promise you, I'm not this like mental health guru. I think I just got to get more comfortable talking to the camera, because I promise you, I'm a lot goofier than maybe what I lead on to. But yeah, we're currently sitting in first place. I gotta be 8th or better. I have a pretty big lead. I kind of forgot that whole idea about waiting 8 seconds at the beginning of each lap. I'm kind of just enjoying playing right now, and I like front running. But yeah, let's talk about something else. Does anyone else not like losing? I have a hard time losing sometimes, especially if it's something that I've put a lot of effort and energy toward. Like, I was just playing pickup basketball against my good friend, and he's good. He's very athletic. He's probably one of the most athletic people I know, just because his skills are very versatile to all sports that we play together. I think that's a good gauge of how athletic someone is. It's like, if you give them a new sport, how fast they're going to pick it up, how well they're going to learn while they're doing it, the different strategies, whether that means watching people or just getting experience themselves. And so yeah, he's one of those people, and I've spent hours upon hours playing basketball in my life. I mean, days, weeks, so much time. And we played our first game, and he went up 4-0 on me or something in a 1-7 game. And this is when I was like, my really competitive side kicked in, because I don't like losing. And it's interesting, someone asked me, actually he asked me recently, he asked me like, is it that you don't like losing, or do you like winning? And I said, I think it's 60-40, 60 being I don't like losing and 40 being I like winning. because when I win, it's more like a casual, oh, I won, like, let's run it back. But when I win, it's never like let's go. I like winning, but it's more about not losing. It's more about proving to myself that my hard work meant something. I know that as you go up in like skill level perpetually, losing is just inevitable. In fact, losing is good. I like him as a friend because I lose to him a lot of things. Like, board games are going to be a struggle against him. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't like losing, but I like not winning all the time, because then I get the feeling that I'm at least improving, and that I'm having a good time. Yeah, just getting better. And I think that's why I need to start recording these videos in a Wi-Fi area, because playing these bots is just not fair. I'm currently in first place on the last lap of this knockout tour, and it's looking like I'm going to be pulling out the dub here. But yeah, this was a fun video. Didn't really have much. I just went out of bounds at the last second. Didn't matter. First place for all the people who ever doubted me. I liked winning this time. I didn't dislike losing. I also didn't lose, and I don't lose in offline Mario Kart. But we'll see. Maybe it'll happen. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.